Hey everyone, it's Caleb from the Plastic Underground, and in this video I'll be showing you how to make your own tracking fob from the Mandalorian. My templates are free in the description below, and in this video we're just going to be doing the basic construction of the fob, and in the next video we'll be doing soldering and painting. Now let's get into the build. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is cut out all of the templates off the blueprint. I printed mine on orange cardstock just so it shows up a little bit on camera. What I'm using here is just some 5mm craft foam from Hobby Lobby or any craft store. So just trace out all of the template parts that say 5mm on the template. Now I'm just taking a sharp X-Acto knife and I'm just cutting out all of the templates as straight as I can. What I'm using here is just a little bit of DAP Wellwoods contact cement. I use these cheap acid brushes from Harbor Freight, so you can just use them for glue and then throw them out after. And with contact cement, what you do is you brush it on both sides of the pieces that you want to glue. and then you let the glue sit for about 5 minutes, and then when you stick them together, it's permanent. I'm cutting out a piece of 2mm craft foam to go underneath that square spot that you see from the top piece there, and just to glue it on the bottom. So the side pieces they line up flush with the top piece, and the angle pieces go towards the front, the side where the square cut is in the back. So I do the side pieces first, and then I will put on the back piece, and you can kind of squish the foam so it doesn't touch. The side doesn't touch when you put it on, and then that helps you line it up a little bit more, and then you can just squish it back after it's all lined up. So then I put on that inside 2mm piece to cover up that square cut detail. Then you put the front on. The 45 degree goes to the top, and I did not put contact cement on the sides yet. You do that after, just so they don't stick while you do it, and sometimes it takes a little bit more manipulating to get that to fit. And now I'm just checking to make sure that the bottom piece fits with the angle I cut on the bottom piece. It's more of a 60 degree cut than a 45 degree cut. So now I'm just using some 2mm gray craft foam to cut out the front detail piece and the two side detail pieces. Alright, so the contact cement has dried now on the side, so now I'm just gluing that. You can see how I'm kind of pulling it to fit correctly. It probably won't be perfect, but we will just use a Dremel later to sand that. Now at the bottom piece, you can use contact cement if you feel like it. I'm trimming just a little bit off the back of the bottom piece just so it fits a little bit better. And I'm using super glue to glue the back piece in. So I put glue on the back piece first and then hold it in place for a little bit till it tacks up. And then I do the front. Now you can kind of squish the sides a little bit to try to get glue in there. This is going to be covered up with that 2mm, so it's not a huge deal, but just a little bit will help hold it in place. So with the bottom piece on, now you have the completed square tracking fob, the basic base. Now we can start putting the details on. And I will be using contact cement for the detail pieces. Here what I'm doing is I'm just marking, lining it up and marking where that fold line is, just to have a better idea where to put the glue. I use a sanding wheel and a Dremel first just to go over the bottom seams, just so when you put that 2mm detail piece on the side, it doesn't have a weird bunch. It's just flat. It's a flat base for it to go onto. I kind of give the whole box just a pass over with the Dremel, just to smooth out any piece and try to square it up a little bit and get rid of any overhang or longer pieces. So while I wait for those pieces to dry, I use my template here just to kind of mark where that front piece is going to go. I left the bottom of that detail a little bit long, just so you can make sure that those two circles are square in the front, and any overhang is fine. So now when I put these on, I start on the top. I line the back with the back, so and then I tack the side on. And now when I pull, I'm kind of stretching a little bit, and just tacking it down. And then when I get to the bottom, just use both thumbs and just kind of fold it over as best you can. It is easy to kind of warp it, but if you just go slow and make sure it's tacked in the right spot, you should be fine. And at the bottom, you're not really going to see the bottom anyway. And then just line up the front detail and stick it on. You can see that overhang that I have there, and so what I do with that is I try to crimp it as best I can just to get it to match the shape, and then turn it over and just slice off the extra with your razor knife. And I kind of did that on the back side too, just cut off a little bit of the excess pieces there. I will go over that with a Dremel and just smooth out all the seams and extra pieces just so everything looks flush. And after smoothing out the seams and going over some parts that I'm not happy with that are totally smooth, that's pretty much it for the basic construction.